In this video, I'm going to walk through a very important topic. Once you get the parameter estimates out of SAS, how do you apply them to your test data? Remember, test data does not go into SAS. You only put training data. So what you're going to see in these two sheets here, I have a green one and a yellow one, is I have test data. And we have to get the parameter estimates in a working order so that we can apply a formula over here to answer the question. Now, before I begin, you always want to look over your data. Obviously, this is a sample set of data to teach a component of the course. Otherwise, you'd have 10,000 rows of data or 1,000, whatever. But what I mean by that is, look at this. This is misspelled. It should have two R's in it. Never, ever forget to look over your data, ever. In your term project, I will take off points if I see a misspelling like that. Okay? All right. So this is our data, patient ID, gender. We're going to predict for whether they're married. Okay? Why? Because I said so. That's all that matters. We're predicting whether they're married. So I like to put a yellow column there. Okay. We have some binary values that for whatever purpose they're already done. We have gender here. Okay. So let's say we hit the button. We have SAS make these classification. These are continuous, whatever. And we get this. Okay. We get this data out. Okay. Note, because we did classification on gender, it broke it out into female and male. It did not do gender N because, once again, we don't have any, but even if we did, it would still chop off something because of the degrees of freedom that I lectured on earlier in the course. Okay, what you want to look at here, because I'm your teacher and I care about this, which one of these variables or features has the worst p-value? It's this one, eats nachos. It is a 0.72, which is huge in the world. Remember, these are p-values here. Okay. The other one's not too bad, not too bad. Okay, note that we have an intercept over here. We do not have an intercept here. So one of the first things you need to do is right-click, and now we're getting into the lesson here, put in an intercept. Put a 1 all the way down. Trust me on this. Put a 1 all the way down. Okay. Next, what I want you to look at here is look at the order that SAS put these out in. You have to be very careful with this, folks. Your homework for this week, your term project, and any other work we do with this stuff, you will lose points because you will have the wrong answers. Note, if I were to copy these over, just to show you the point, I'm just going to copy these over, and I'm going to right-click, transpose, paste special, values, transpose. Look at it, it's not lined up. These are lined up. Intercept is here, but it's up there. Gender, which was only one entry, is now 2 of them. And of course, married, that is the dependent variable, so it wouldn't be here. The point I'm trying to make, folks, is you have to figure out how to line up what came out of SAS in that order with how your variables are lined up. So here's what we do. I always keep this structure, and I try to marry it up with the other one. So first and foremost, you have to do a variable change here. So we're going to put gender is male, gender female. Okay, you can do this many different ways. If this equals M, then put a 0, else a 1. What that means is if this is an M, then we know this is an F. So we go down here, F, 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 great. Copy, paste special value that. And over here, again, many ways to do this. We could do that if statement again, but I'm just going to go through 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. You have to figure out the way that works for you and your data set. If you want to do if statements, you want to do Control F. Be very careful how you do this, but know that you have to do this. Okay? Next, create 2 columns. Heck, create 3. I don't really care. And we are going to paste in the correct order. What we're going to do here is we know we're going to grab all of this, right? We're going to grab all this, replace all this. The point I was trying to make here was that it was different. We're going to value transpose that again with all the variables we have. Here's what we're doing, folks. Copy. Gender for M, whoops, is 0. Drinks alcohol right here. Smokes right there. Intercept way down here. Eats nachos right here. And now, because we grabbed it this way, we know, and I like to do this anyways, copy these two, right click over here on test data, whoops, line it up where it needs to go first, okay? Right click, whoops, I lost it because I messed around too many times, so copy that, right click, paste special, values, transpose, and this should all line up for you folks. This should all line up. Now you can delete this one here because you don't need it. And now, maybe it's clicking with you. Have you seen previous data sets where you hit all these crazy numbers up here and you're like, what are those? What does he want us to do with those? Now you're seeing this thing come to light here. Okay, so here's what we need to do. We need to predict whether it's married or not by using these values. So again, this is like your y equals mx plus b. This plus this times this plus this times this plus intercept. We do that with the sum product function, sum product, okay? Where we take all of these that are lined up successfully, comma, this row here, and we absolute cell reference that row 1 data. If it's in your row 2, it's in your row 2, but the point is we have to absolute cell reference that first thing, and then we let the rest flow down like this. See, it's all flowing down here. Give you an example of that formula again. That's what it looks like. Okay, and it flows down. So that 4 to 4 goes down to 5 to 5, 6, 6, all the way down. But this row 1 data is locked in. Okay, that is how you do this. And you'll be much better for it now that you know how to do that. Do not underestimate how tricky this can be. Do not fly through the assignment and just go like this, oh, hey, there's my parameter estimates, I guess I'll just pop them over. You know, I've seen people do this, okay, I'll pop them over, you know, flying blind, and you totally get a different answer, okay? 0 for intercept, that doesn't make any sense. So again, folks, pay close attention.